Ko, Nime Name, pressmen and women, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you for joining this commemorative activity in observance of the International Day of United Nations Peacekeepers. This year, we are reminded to turn our attention to the state of civilians in the cause of peacekeeping. Hence the theme, protecting civilians, protecting peace. This theme also marks the 20th anniversary when, for the first time, the Security Council mandated a peacekeeping mission to protect civilians. The UN Security Council Resolution 1265 was adopted to curb the situation of high rate of civilian casualties, especially women, children, refugees, and internally displaced persons being targets of warring parties. Under the protection of civilians mandate, the UN peacekeeping missions are authorized, in many cases, to use all necessary means to prevent or respond to threats of physical violence against civilians, within capabilities and areas of operation, and without prejudice to the responsibility of the host government. This notwithstanding, suggests that tens of thousands of UN peacekeepers put themselves in harm's way every day in order to protect civilians from the effects of physical violence. Since 1940, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when the first UN peacekeeping mission was established, more than 3,800 peacekeepers have lost their lives serving under the UN flag. Last year alone, we lost 98 peacekeepers, including 2 Ghanaians, Frank Same Kofi, who served as the Deputy Commissioner of Police at the United Nations African Union Mission in Darfur, and Corporal Mese Adadi, who served with the UN Interim Force in Lebanon. May I take this opportunity to pay a glowing tribute to these peacekeepers, whom in the defense of peace and in their efforts to restore normalcy in conflict areas have paid greatly with their lives, leaving behind families, friends, and loved ones. We acknowledge the selfless sacrifice and contribution of Deputy Commissioner of Police Frank Same Kofi and Corporal Mese Adadi, and the many fallen peacekeepers. May their souls rest in peace, and may their families and loved ones be consoled. Ladies and gentlemen, today, in 14 peacekeeping operations on 4 continents, UN peacekeeping deploys more than 88,000 military and police personnel from 124 member states, nearly 13,000 civilian personnel, and 1,300 UN volunteers. Proudly, we acknowledge Ghana as the 9th largest contributor of uniformed personnel to UN peacekeeping, with nearly 2,800 military and police personnel to the UN peace operation in Abyei, the Central African Republic, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Lebanon, Mali, the Middle East, Somalia, Sudan, South Sudan, and the Western Sahara. Thank you, Ghana, for your many years of serving humanity through peacekeeping. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm highly honored to share with you the transcription of the video message of the UN Secretary General for the International Day of UN Peacekeepers. I quote, "Today, we honor more than 1 million men and women who have served as United Nations peacekeepers since our first mission in 1948. We remember the more than 3,800 personnel who have paid the ultimate price, and we express our deepest gratitude to the 100,000 civilian police and military peacekeeping deployed around the world today, and to the countries that contribute these brave and dedicated women and men. This year, the United Nations marks 20 years since the Security Council first mandated a peacekeeping mission to protect civilians. Peacekeepers protect men, they protect women, they protect children from violence every day, often at great personal risk. In that spirit, on this International Day, the Captain Mbaye Diagne Medal for Exceptional Courage is being awarded for the first time. We pay tribute to Private Chance Chitete, a Malawian who served in the Democratic Republic of Congo and died trying to save life of a fellow peacekeeper. UN peacekeeping is a vital investment in global peace and security, but it requires strong international commitment. That is why we launched the Action for Peacekeeping initiative, which aims to make our mission stronger, safer, and fit for the future. For millions in conflict-affected situations around the world, peacekeeping is a necessity and a hope. Let us work together to make peacekeeping more effective in protecting people and advancing peace. Thank you. Unquote. Permit me now to make reference to the Action for Peacekeeping, which is A4P, which calls for refocusing peacekeeping with realistic expectations, making peacekeeping missions stronger and safer, and mobilizing greater support for political solutions and for well-structured, well-equipped, well-trained forces. Over 150 member states and regional organizations endorse the Declaration of Shared Commitments for A4P, demonstrating a high level of support for the initiative. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, let me say that let us continue to strive to ensure that we maintain global peace. Let us continue our support for peacekeeping, and let us renew our commitment to ensure UN peacekeeping continues to protect the peace we so much need in our world. We salute our gallant men and women serving for peace. We salute Ghanaian peacekeepers. We salute Ghana. We salute Africa. And we salute UN peacekeepers. I thank you.